Let's be honest. For most of us, a tax refund isn't just extra money. It's rent, it's groceries, it's catching up on credit cards, it's fixing the car so you can actually get to work. It's all those little things that you kept saying, I'll do it when I get my taxes. And right now, the IRS has frozen it. You did your part. You filed, you waited, and now you're staring at a screen that basically says nothing. If you watched my last video, you know how to check your account transcript. If not, go back and check it out, then come back here. If your account transcript shows code 570, your refund is paused. And I'm going to explain exactly why and exactly what happens next. What's up, guys? Corey Yankson here from Legacy Tax, and they call me the Levy King because I've helped thousands of clients with back taxes, unfiled returns, tax liens, and that's right, IRS levies. If the IRS took your check, the Levy King will get it back. 1-877-LEVY-KING, LevyKing.com. I'm also the author of End the Tax Nightmare, Insider Secrets to Beat the IRS and Reduce Your Tax Debt. Inside the book, I show you how to set up the payment plan you want and not the one they want you to have, how to stop liens, levies, and wage garnishments without paying the tax in full, and how you can potentially settle your tax debt for less than you actually owe. My book has been a top seller on Amazon for years. You can buy it right now for $19.99. But right now, I want to give you a copy of the book absolutely free. Just head over to my website at www.endthetaxnightmare.com. Enter your name, your email address, and you can download a copy of the book right now for free, no charge, not even for shipping. And while you're at it, please take a minute to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. All right, guys, so first up is identity verification. This is really one of the most common reasons here. The IRS computer system will flag your return if they see certain indicators of potential fraud. One of the most common is a duplicated return. So let's say you prepare your return in TurboTax. You hit the submit button, but you have technical issues, so you hit that submit button once again. On your end, it looks like only one return went through, but on the IRS's end, it might look like two returns actually went through. Another example, let's say a thief steals your identity and files a return to claim your refund. When you file your actual return, they're going to flag it as identity theft. Both of these situations will result in a delay. The IRS is going to stop the refund. They're going to issue a notice. On your transcript, you'll usually see code 570 and then maybe a code 971. The notice is typically going to be a letter 5071C or a letter 4883C, or maybe even a 5747C. If this is your issue, nothing here is going to move until you verify your identity. You'll need to log on to ID Me and complete the verification, or call the IRS Taxpayer Protection Program line. The phone number is actually going to be listed on that letter. Until this step is completed, your refund is not even going to be processed. But after you verify, you'll likely see the freeze lifted off your transcript and then a refund issued, assuming you don't have any other issues like the ones I discussed later. Unfortunately, this is really not a quick process. The timeline after verification is usually from 2 to 9 weeks. Number 2 is income mismatch. This is the number one non-identity reason for your refund being held up. The IRS matches what you reported on your tax return against what your employers reported to Social Security on your W-2. If your W-2 or your 1099 doesn't match what's in their system, it's going to trigger a freeze. Common causes are going to be things like your employer hasn't filed the W-2 or 1099 yet, or your employer filed it late, or there could be a payroll company error, or maybe you listed your income incorrectly on the return. If this is the issue, you'll often receive a notice called the CP05 or a 4464C. Next is going to be refundable credits like earned income credit, child tax credit, education credits, etc. So if a large portion of your refund comes from refundable credits, the IRS is going to scrutinize it. This is because in recent years, there have been a lot of fraud around these types of credits. Some people got refunds they didn't deserve, and now everyone pays the price. So if you claimed earned income credit, additional child tax credit, educational credits, or fuel credits, you can expect a little special attention for your tax return. They frequently are going to request things like school records, birth certificates, proof of residency, proof of self-employment income. And if that documentation is requested, you're going to want to respond completely and quickly because a partial response is going to delay everything. If you ignore the request altogether, the IRS will just adjust the return and reduce your refund. Prior debt issues are another cause of delay. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, they're going to keep your refund. A lot of people don't know that even if you're in an installment agreement, even if you're current with your payments, the IRS is normally not going to give you a refund. If you owe back taxes to the state, the IRS will often intercept that refund and apply it to your state tax debt. If you owe money to another government agency for things like student loans, child support, or unpaid SBA or PPP loans, the IRS will usually offset your refund to satisfy those debts. What should you do right now? Step one, you're going to look for code 971 on your transcript. That tells you that a notice is actually coming your way. Step number two, check the notice date on the transcript. The letter is usually going to arrive within 7 to 14 days of the date that's listed on the transcript. Step number three is do not panic and don't flood the IRS phone's lines. Phone reps usually can't override the freeze. At this point, the assister that answers the phone probably doesn't know very much more than what's printed on your transcript. Step number four, prepare the documentation before the letter arrives. Make sure you have all your W-2s, all your 1099s, your prior year returns, social security cards for dependents, proof of your address, proof of your identity. Those things are the basics. You want to also gather any specific things that is listed on the actual letter that comes to the house. Step five is going to be to monitor your transcript weekly. If you see a 571, then the freeze was lifted. If you see an 846 code, the refund was actually issued. That's your green light. One of the questions everyone has is, how long is this going to take? If you see a 570 code on your transcript, they're holding your refund. The review can take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks if it's a simple identity verification, or 60 to 120 days for income verification. If employer data is missing, it could take substantially longer. Calling every day is not going to accelerate the process. Responding to the notice in a timely manner often will. If you're staring at a 570 code on your transcript, you're waiting on your refund, and you don't know what category you fall into, drop the additional codes in the comments below, and I'll tell you what it likely means. And if the IRS has frozen your refund and you need direct help navigating it, you can go to levyking.com or give us a call at 1-877-LEVY-KING. If this video saved you from checking the Where's My Refund tool for the 100th time today, hit that like button. It helps get this info to other taxpayers who are also panicking right now. And if you want to stay one step ahead with the Levy King, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. That's it for this week, guys. Talk to you later.
1-877-LEVY-KING, Levy Levy King, 1-877-LEVY-KING, levyking.com.
Owe back taxes to the IRS? Call the Levy King. He's the best. 877-LEVY-KING, levyking.com.
1-877-LEVY-KING, levyking.com.